I'm doing this review on the movie The Greatest Showman. And The Greatest Showman is a musical movie, but it's not your ordinary musical where like there's a song and every 5 minutes or every line they have, they like sing it. That's why I really liked it too, because there were songs, the songs were like really spaced out and I liked it. And the songs were also really good too. On this movie, it's about P.T. Barnum and he's making a show. At first it starts off a show and then later like kind of turned into a circus, but at first like it started off as a show, and it was no ordinary show with like people who like can balance themselves on the little line or anything. Like these people that he had wanted in the show were people who just stand out, and in the movie they're called freaks. And these freaks, like everybody has like their own little talent. Like this one guy, he was covered in tattoos, so that's why like that was his little talent. And this lady, she had like a beard, so she was like a bearded lady. And there was people who were really small or really tall and like really fat. And he also had African Americans in there because at the time like they weren't accepted and everything. That's when the racism was going on. So as he's making the show, he puts flyers all over the town, calling out these people, telling them that he's making a show, but he doesn't want ordinary people, he wants freaks. And all these freaks are like hiding because they're not accepted. People tell them to hide because no one will love them. They're like ugly. They even hide. They hide in their own homes because like even their own parents like don't want them to be seen in public. And as he's making the show, a lot of people, he ends up getting a lot of people in the tryouts, and they're telling him that like, you know, like they're gonna hate us, like they're gonna say names and everything. He's like, oh, I'm planning on it. Like he knows these people are not gonna accept like the show and they're gonna make fun of it, but he doesn't care because that's what he wants. He wants these people to be seen because they're amazing people. They're not freaks. Like they're unique. And as the show progresses, like the town's hatred becomes more and more like strong. The town just doesn't accept them, and he shows up and he's writing about the show. And the next day, when the show's in the newspaper, he calls the show a circus. So that's where Barnum gets like the name. Like, okay, like we're not an ordinary show. Like these are not ordinary people. Like let's call it a circus. Let's embrace like what we are, which is freaks, and let's embrace it. And the way the movie begins, it's kind of confusing. Like at first, like I was like, whoa. But it starts off with like a song number. But the same way the movie begins, it like ends. Like when the movie begins, it gives you the beginning of the song, and then when the movie's ending, it gives you like the rest of the song. And at first I didn't put it together until I was talking to a friend. I was like, oh yeah, this movie is really good. And he was like, yeah, like did you recognize how like the way the movie begins, like it's also the way it ends? I was like, oh crap, like I didn't even like see that, like I didn't even notice that. But I was like, you're right. And the way it begins though, like I thought it was a good start because like it starts off with a song and you're like, oh, like it was like, I don't know, it had me like on the tip of the chair. I was like, oh my god, like this movie's gonna be so good. But after that, after the little number in the beginning, the way the movie follows up is kind of like weird, like really confusing, because like it was all like a little glimpse of P.T. Barnum's like whole life, and then it goes to this show. Like at first it starts off with him as a little kid, and he's trying to charm like this little rich white girl, and her name is Charity. But her father's like, they're rich, so her father's really stuck up, and PT, he was really poor, and his father was a tailor, so his father would tailor Charity's father's suits. And then after that, it goes to a scene where Barnum is writing love letters to Charity. And then it goes to a scene where he's taking care of his father who's already sick. So, and then his father passes away, and the way he has to like maintain, like to survive and everything, he has to steal food. So it goes to him with stealing like bread from like the little stands from the town. And then it goes to him later traveling with the circus, and then he returns to Charity. Like they ended up together, I assume, like they got married and everything. So like the whole beginning of the movie, like that was like the first 15 minutes of the movie, and it was like all like a glimpse of all that, and it kind of like happened all so fast. Like we didn't really get too much background information for all that to like really make sense and be like, oh, okay, I know what happened and this and that. You just kind of assumed everything happened. What I really liked about the movie is that all the songs like that were in the movie each had their own meaning and said something specific. Like this one song was called "This Is Me," and it was about like the people in the show, the freaks. Like they were fed up with like people calling them names and everything. Like they were proud to be who they were. Like, this is me. And in the song, it says that they're worthy to be loved, like nothing less. They're an ordinary person. They just have a specific thing that makes them unique. And no matter what, like, this is who they are, and they're proud to be who they are. And another song, it's called Rewrite the Stars. And at first I didn't like the song, but then I like learned to love it because, first of all, like, Zac Efron sings the song, and I'm so happy like they put Zac Efron in a musical because he hasn't been in a movie musical since High School Musical, and like his voice is so perfect, and not to mention he's really cute. And in this song, it's Zac Efron and Zendaya. Zendaya is also in this movie, which I was kind of surprised. Like, she's singing too. I was like, what? Like, she sings? But it was a good song. And it's called Rewrite the Stars because Zendaya plays as an African American, and Zac Efron plays like a white rich guy. And at the time, like, they did not approve like a white man to be with an African American. And his own parents didn't like want him with her. Like, why are you shaming us like this? So in this song, they're like, let's rewrite the stars. Like, let's be together. Like, we can't lie. Like, we know we have feelings for each other. Let's just be together and not care what anybody says. So that's what that song like represents. Another one, it's one of the songs that was towards the end of the movie, and it's called From Now On. And at this point, like, everything has gone downhill in the movie. So many things went wrong, and these people just like the show, the freaks, they want to just give up. And P.T. Barnum, he wants to give up too. He's like, this is it. Like, we can't do anything anymore. And the freaks, they tell him, like, you gave us a home, you gave us a family when our own family like disowned us. And from there, he realized that like from now on, like, we don't care what people say. Like, we are our own people. Like, we are unique. We love who we are now. And they're just like, from now on, like, we're gonna have the courage we didn't have before you. And it was just a really like motivational song. Like, I loved every song that was in this movie, but these three like really like gave me that representation like of what they are and everything. Overall, this movie was really good. I really liked it because it wasn't like those annoying musicals. It was like the songs are spaced out, and the movie was just really interesting. Like, it had all the like actors that you love, like Zac Efron, for instance, and everybody made this movie unique, and I think that's why it was a great movie. So yeah.